tried. So it's Niels versus Albin, and I'm joined in the box with Milton Ouschan. Yasmin, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I feel a little bit tired today. I don't know why. I felt great all week, but today I just feel a little bit weary, so you're going to have to help me.
I will try and do that.
You can call every shot.
A definitely interesting match here.
Yeah, obviously you're going to be a little bit biased there, right?
But it's really funny because really important for Albin, and like you said, Niels is, as it looks like, out, so... But that doesn't make him less dangerous as an opponent, so...
Albin wins the line. First rack, Albin Ouschan to break.
So it's Albin Ouschan. He gets rack one underway. Seems to be breaking a lot better today as well.
Yeah, definitely a good break. Solid, controlled the cue ball, and has an open shot. The only problem is the 2-ball a little bit, blocked by the 7. So the position now from the 1 to the 2 is going to be really important because the rest seems to be open again. Very good shot, going 3 rails and playing perfect position for the 2. 3 balls right in front of the side pocket, and then after 3 we already have the 6 ball.
Extension call.
Yeah, so just needs to make sure he pots the ball here and gets the cue ball away from the 7.
It's probably going to draw it back. Just a oh. Yeah, I didn't hit that well enough. It's tough when that happens because we all know what that feels like.
Yeah, that's right, and it's not the ideal start for Albin, of course. He needs to win this match, really. But I've just got the sheet in front of me and I'm just trying to work it out, so...
That was interesting because he ran into the 7. I thought he would have played this one a little lower and avoid that. I think he can see the 3, no problem. Okay, looks standard from here on out, and definitely tough start for Albin. And it's funny because when I, for example, say it was an open table, I mean that doesn't mean it's easy. We all know how that feels like. You have an open table, you still gotta make the balls, gotta play the right positions, and so many things can happen, as we just saw. Long week from my brother. I mean, to me it's incredible how he played. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it was a long week for your brother, and well, it was a little bit shorter for you. Sorry to bring that up. Obviously, you're coming on the last day, but I'm sure you enjoyed your time here. And what do you think to the event?
Well, definitely interesting. Absolutely interesting. I mean, it really puts every player in a completely different situation. Because, you know, if you play from the first day on, or if you start on the last day like me, it's totally different situation. And exactly now the same, because now you have the final group, and some players had a break for 3 days or 4 days, and Albin only had 1 day off. And once again, that, you know, changes the situation. If you had time to recover or did not have enough time. So definitely interesting format, especially with so many matches per day, short races, everything can happen.
Yeah, that's right, and I think it's a fantastic event for the future of pool. This Championship League pool, sponsored by Predator Q's, of course, and interesting one. If Niels wins, he's on 2 wins, and if David beats Naoki Oi, that means technically Niels can still qualify.
Oh, okay.
And me and Michael said today that nobody has qualified with 2 wins yet, but it is possible.
Okay.
And because this group is so close and everybody's beating everybody, this could be the day it happens. So basically, Albin needs to win.
Rack number 2, Niels Feijen to break, leading 1 rack to
So I take it back what I said before about Niels. So everything still open, still possible.
Yeah, which is incredible, really, because Niels won his first match and then he's lost every match since. So he's had a strange day, but he's still in the mix.
Had a very good break. Also controlled the cue ball. Got kicked a little bit, but has a good shot on the 1 ball, and 2 ball is right next to the 1 ball, so should be easy position from the 1 to the 2.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of angle there, so he should be okay. Yeah, that's been a quick question. Who hits the break harder, you or Albin?
No, Albin does.
No, I'm not so sure. The way you've been breaking, I think you might just have the edge on that. I'd like to get a speed gun on you and Albin and, you know, get that confirmed.
We had that once at the academy, and when we go full speed, and Albin does it too, I mean, the speed he creates is incredible. So yeah, I would say I would put my money on my brother.
Well, I was hopeful for a moment then.
But I can't break really hard.
Yeah,
I can.
You can break hard. Yeah, I see
but
that.
In this case, he's he's the one with the hard break.
Over on table 2, Naoki Oi is playing David Alcade. Naoki's breaking, and he's actually leading 3 racks to 2. Yeah, and if Naoki wins that match, Niels can't qualify, regardless of what he does in this match. Yeah, so if Naoki wins, your brother's got to win.
Okay, Carl, while you do the math,
No, it's true,
Niels
that's
is
right.
running out. That's what it seems like. But it's tough though. With all those, you know, the score is important, the wins, the losses, and like you said, since everybody is beating everybody, it becomes a bit complicated.
Especially when you're trying to commentate as well.
Exactly.
You just take the reins for a moment, right?
Yeah. Well, there's not much to say to this rack right now. Niels is playing through the rack, just nicely playing good position, and I don't think he's gonna give this one away. So not much to say to this one. Now maybe got a little bit further than he wanted to, but still okay. Can go low on the 8 ball. Just stop it to the other side. Stun it to the other side, not stop it.
Yeah, so this 9 ball, and it's a good start for Niels, but it's not the start Albin needs. And it's 2-0 to Niels Feijen.
Yeah, that was a break and run. So now it's Albin's break.
Yeah, we'll just have a look at table 2. Of course, Naoki Oi's playing David Al-Qaeda. Naoki plays a safety, but he's left a shot at the 2 ball. Not easy. So overall, Yasmin, how do you feel like you played in the event?
I've mentioned it before.
Attention, please.
Well, I know I can do much better, but I can definitely feel how tough it was for me after over a year of not playing a tournament to kind of find my rhythm again, and to the timing and everything. It was a bit off, especially in the beginning, and then I got better towards the end, playing against Billy Thorpe. That was, I think, my best match. So I definitely played better in the end, but there were a lot of unforced errors that I was not very happy about. But like I said, I have to cut me some slack, I guess. After such a long time, it was definitely tough.
Yeah, for sure. And you did only get 1 life, so that was a shame. But hopefully the next Championship League pool, we will see you back, and maybe before.
I really would hope for that to happen. I really would love to play again, and then yeah, do much better. That's my goal. Going home, practice, and prepare again.
And what about the ladies' game? Have you got any big lady events coming up, or is COVID playing its part in the ladies' game? Or?
Yeah, unfortunately, right now, I think we have to wait a little longer. I think definitely wait until spring, summertime. Also, maybe for the first Euro Tour to happen again. So definitely have to be a bit more patient.
Yeah, and Albin
Times are still
Ouschan,
tough.
Yeah, for sure. And Albin Ouschan's going to have to be patient because he's trailing this match 2-1. It was a decent break.
Decent break. He has a shot on 2, but unfortunately, the 3 ball just stopped right in front of the side pocket. And now he can't. I think he might be able. Yeah, well, the combo is a bit tough, but I'm not so sure what he's gonna do now. What he's looking at. Is he gonna play some sort of combo, go with the cue ball and make the 3, or what do you think?
Yeah, that's what it seems to be that he's looking at, clipping off the edge of the 2 and trying to pot the 3. Yeah, good shot.
Good one.
Wasn't easy. You can often miss them by a bit of a way and can make you look a little bit silly at times, but that was well judged, especially when you look at this angle here. That shows you how hard the shot was, and he's created a good chance now.
Going for another combo. Trying then to leave the 2 ball in the corner pocket so he can play position for the next one. Yep. And the next one is the pink 4, so perfect because it's right nearby.
Yeah, worst case would be if he left the cue ball on the rail from this positional shot.
Definitely want a little bit of angle for the 4, yeah. Looks a bit straight to me now, but I don't know if the cue ball is maybe a bit closer to the rail than a 4 ball, or does it just look like that on the screen here? Yeah, well, at least a 5 ball is possible to go into the side pocket, so that's possibility.
Yeah, he's definitely landed 2 straight on this, so as Yasmin says, maybe he'll play up table if the 5 does go in the side, or he might play just a bit of a stun run through and Oh, well, he pinched a little bit, but he would like the cue ball off the rail. That's no good. What is good though is David Alcade has won that next rack, so Team Ouschan, that's not too bad for you guys. It's 3-3.
Yeah, it's going tough.
Yeah, and I think his cue's going to get a bit of punishment in this match if that carries on. You can hear it in the background when he goes back to his chair.
But it's so hard because, you know, when you are not in, you know, don't have the right timing, the rhythm, and every angle is just not right and too straight or too much angle, and then the cue ball is frozen to the rail again. It's just, we all know what that feels like, and then it gets more and more difficult.
Yeah, it can definitely get to you. I mean, it's no secret that Albin's played a lot of pool in this event. He's only had one day off. He's been seen every other day.
There's not much hard work here for Niels. Now to make it 3-0.
Yep, and it is 3-0. It's Holland's Niels Feijen who gets off to a flyer against Austria's Albin Ouschan. We'll be back after a short break.
Please don't throw when we're live.
One thing's guaranteed, that shot will appear on plenty of highlight reels.
Whoa, did he split the wicket? What a beautiful shot that was. What a beautiful execution.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes it's best if you get up to the table and just hit the ball.
Welcome back to this year's inaugural Predator Championship League pool. That man there at the table who's about to break, well, he's just been in the comms box asking me and Yasmin what's going on, how many do I need to win, and I just said win, pal, but obviously Yasmin's here, so it was a bit awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really a tight group. That's what we know for sure. So still a lot of things can happen.
Yeah, and David Alcade's at the table on table 2. He's at the table with a good chance to get on the hill, so that does throw it up even a little bit more complicated if he does win. But we think we've got to the bottom of it, ish. Wouldn't it be incredible if Niels went on to qualify though? He won his first match and then lost every match since. That would be unbelievable.
That would be actually, it's like you said, crazy. That's the standings in the group are so close. It's unreal. So now it's really down to every single rack.
Yeah, and he's played a tidy shot there, queuing off the rail, found the right line. Yeah, and the way it's going to come down to the racks won. At the minute, Albin Ouschan is on 21 racks won, and obviously he's got no racks in this match. Now Ukiyo is on 19 racks, and he's won 3 at the moment in his match, so that puts him on 22. If Niels wins the match, that puts him up to 2 wins out of 6 and on 22 racks. So, while you're drinking your tea at home, figure that one out. Ooh, it was going to go in the side
Yeah,
pocket.
that's what I thought now. But the cue ball got in the way, so Albin is at the table, but I think he left Albin a safety. I'm not sure. It looks like he can see it. Clip maybe on the left side.
Yeah, maybe he could play a 2-way bank. Is that on? Or is he playing safe? Oh, he could see quite a lot of it, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Needs to stop though. He's been unlucky there, really.
Oh, it was such a good shot, and that's so bad when it's just not the right speed. Such a good shot though.
Yeah, I mean, at least the cue ball's on the rail. Niels has just missed the 2-ball in this pocket, and it's a lot easier, and this is even harder because, as you can see, he's jacking up, so he's playing a stop shot full length. And if he does miss this, funny things could happen, because as you can see, it's flying around the table.
Oh, look at the 6-ball. Had the correct line towards the corner pocket, but yeah, when you play a shot this hard and you miss it, then everything can happen. But again, he didn't leave an easy shot now. Looks like you can actually play it from here. It looks like you can play a combo, 2-4 combo, and the 2-ball in the side.
Extension call.
Yeah, Albin's just got to try and be patient and just try and stay in this. Just try and keep your opponent off the hill.
And from this angle, it looks completely different than what I just saw.
Now Ukiyo on table 2 has broke off, and he's on the 1-ball, and the table, it's fairly open, so he's got a good chance of getting on the hill in that match. And of course, if Naoki wins that match, that puts him on 3 wins, and that would mean Albin has to win the match.
I haven't played a good safety here. So Niels has to play, I think, at least 2 rails.
Yeah, and it's a foul. He's hit the 4-ball, so Albin's got a chance to get himself back in this match.
Yeah, and as you just mentioned before, every rack counts in this group now. It's really important that you use your chances.
Do you feel nervous when you're watching Albin play now, or is it
yes.
Yeah, you really.
Yeah, I still do. And it's funny because you would think that this stops at some point, not because you're not nervous when you watch your brother, but in general when you watch pool. But yeah, definitely. And I remember it vividly when we were watching Albin's World Championship final. I was watching it with my with our mother and his girlfriend, and we were just it was just going crazy. So yeah, but I think that's good, you know.
Yeah, so if it goes hill and you're hiding under the table,
Yeah.
I know why. So Naoki Oi has got 3 balls left on table 2. This is how tight this group and finals day has become. Of course, remember, the previous 7 days, nobody's qualified with 2 wins. 4th place in the group has always had 3 wins. Which still might be the case if Naoki Oi goes on to beat David Alcade, and that match is about to go hill on table 2. And on table 1, Albin Ouschan. Well, he's got these 2 balls to get his first rack. And it's this simple 9. And there's Yasmin Ouschan. She's jumping up and down in the comms box. He's off the board. Well, not only is Yasmin watching table 1, she's also watching table 2 on the monitor, because that one's gone 4-4. And David needs to win that match for Team Ouschan. But your brother needs racks. He needs to win racks. As soon as table 2 is over, we'll pretty much know what needs to happen on table 1. We know that.
This is so exciting, unbelievable. This is like, you know, come down to the last matches here, and then wow, still so many possibilities.
Yeah, and I think with the group all the way along, it's been interesting because we've been watching who's going to qualify for the top 4, and then also we've been watching who's playing to stay in to come back the next day, and then who's fighting to, you know, survive going home.
Right. No, it's definitely a very interesting format. I mean, it can be really tough when you play a lot of groups.
Well, I think if you asked every pool player out there who plays professionally, they would prefer to play this format than a regular tournament. Because you know yourself, you go to a tournament, you play okay, you might get beat. You could be on the flight on the way home.
Exactly.
As well with this, you've always got something to play for.
Yeah.
Fair enough, you didn't, because unfortunately you come in on day 7,
but still, you get so many more matches, you know?
You get more matches,
You still have more chances than in a normal double knockout system, so definitely interesting.
Yeah, so Albin here, he's got to try and get the cue ball over to the left side of the table, so he's got a billiard. The combo doesn't look on, does it, Jasmine? No?
Doesn't look like it. Had an incredible break, but it's not easy. But I think he can play the combo.
Yeah, I think he must have heard.
4-7.
I think he must have heard me say you've got a harder break before he broke that.
Definitely has to work hard here, but played good position for this combo. Great. I mean, he made it look really easy.
Yeah, now as you can all see, he's got 3 balls over the pocket. It's a case of playing dot to dot. Naoki is at the table on table 2. It's tricky, so we'll keep you posted on that. We might even flick over there at some point.
And that looks like another point for Albin.
And it is another point. 3 racks to 2 in the blink of an eye. Well, he's back in this match.
And table 2 is very interesting, because Naoki made the 1 ball, and now it's a good shot on the 2. Table is wide open. position from the 4 to the 5 is really important, since the 9 ball is blocking a little bit the corner pocket, but it's probably going to draw the 4 ball then back and play the 5 into the side.
Yeah, he's just a couple of shots away from pretty much being out in this rack. Key ball's coming up. Of course, he needs to win this match, and then he needs to hope Albin loses. Needs to get back for the 5. If he lands short, it's no good, and that looks pretty much perfect. He looks okay there, Yasmin, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not so sure if he's going to run into the 9. That's what I thought. Maybe had a little bit of angle.
Crikey, it's been a long day. I thought he was straight on the 5. Well, the thing is, he's perfect now. He's just got to draw out for this 7. The 8 is sat near the side pocket. So
Yeah, I don't think he's going to give this one away. Two more balls for
At number 6.
a 5-4
Extra 2.
victory here.
So this 9 ball for Japan's funny man Naoki, he's done it.
Yep.
He's come back and he's won that match, Hill. Wow. So we pretty much know what needs to happen on table 1.
Niels with a solid break, but the cue ball got kicked and almost scratched into the corner pocket. Can see the 2. Tough shot though. Not so sure if he's gonna go for it or he's gonna try and play a safety. He's going for 3 rails. Wow, that was a very good shot, good position for the 3.
Right, Yasmin, I think I've worked it out.
Tell me.
Right, Naoki has played 6-1-3. Okay, and he's on 24 racks won. David Alcade has also played the same and won the same, but he's on 25 racks won. So Niels is out regardless, and if Albin loses this match, unfortunately he's out. If he wins the match, he is through, and Naoki is out by 1 rack.
Oh wow, okay.
So he needs to win. I'm not sure if they will know the result from table 2.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think they'll know. They might know after this rack though, because we're going to go into a little short break. And don't be surprised if both players come in and attack us.
Yeah. Bless you.
Yes, at the moment, Niels will still think he's alive because he thinks he needs to win 5-2 or better, but he knows it's on the other table, even though he doesn't know the result. So if he runs this table, he's going to come flying through the door, so brace yourself, Yasmin. That was a nice shot.
I'll let you tell him that.
I'm going to hide, put it all on you. Yeah, so he needs to play this ball I expect him to come somewhere back over in the direction of his hand, unless he can pinch it and come up. Yeah, that's perfect. Well, cue ball needs to slow down. Yeah, he's alright. Yeah, this looks good as well, so I think the writing is on the wall for this rack. But at least going into the break, I suggest both players will know after the break what is going on. Niels will find out he cannot qualify, and well, Albin Ouschan, he needs to win the last 3 racks. That's if this 9 goes in the corner. And it does go in the corner. Niels Feijen, he's 4-2 up. We'll be back after this short break.
Going to the bottom cushion, maybe off the 8. Oh, trick shot by Woodward. What a shot by Albin Ouschan.
One thing's guaranteed, that shot will appear on plenty of highlight reels.
Whoa, did he split the wicket? What a beautiful shot that was. What a beautiful execution.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes it's best if you get up to the table and just hit the ball.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set. Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith range of ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
Welcome back. This is the final match of the group stages in this year's first ever Predator Championship League pool. Niels Feijen did come into the comms room. He had a very sad face. He already knew what was going on because he'd heard the referee on table 2. Albin, however, didn't come in, but Yasmin thinks he knows what he's got to do. What he's got to do, he's got to win
it.
The last 3 racks. If he does, he's through. If he doesn't, he's out. So it's simple. Well, it's simple on paper, not simple. But this looks a pretty good break. I think the
absolutely.
one passes.
I think he can play the one ball into the side. I think that's,
Yeah, and of course Niels Feijen will just continue as if, you know, he can qualify. He won't, you know, drop his game. He'll just play like the champion he is. And what we do know is we know Clenkatchy will top the group and Chris Mellin is second, so they will not play each other in the semi-finals, and then it basically depends on if Albin wins. If Albin does lose, David Al-Qaedi is third, and Yukioi is fourth, and if Albin wins, we'll worry about that when it happens. Just feel like there's more drama to be had though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, might be. So far, he's playing well in this rack. Now, just really important position for the 6, and everything else should be smooth sailing. Just checking if he can make the 8-ball in the left corner, or if he has to go to the other side. And checks again. Yep, looks good.
Yeah, so the 8-ball passes the 9. So just these 2 remaining balls. And Albin Ouschan, well, it's 1 down, 2 to go. It's 4-3. Can he do it, Yasmin? He can do this. Of course he can.
Of course he can.
So it's Niels' break, so all he needs is cue ball to get kicked in the side and a break and run.
Or a 9-ball break.
Well, yeah, that would be unbelievable.
Now, we all know, I mean, 2 great players, anything can happen. I mean, of course, it's tough with alternate break because, of course, now, since it's Niels' break, something needs to happen. You know, if it's a good break and easy run out, then there's not much you can do no matter how good you are. But, yeah, of course, I believe in my brother.
Yeah, I do as well. I just feel like this match is not just going to kind of finish in a bit of a fizzle out way. I just feel like there's going to be a twist and a turn. It's
interesting.
Yeah, there's a
Tell me more about it.
I think he's going to get kicked in off.
Let's see.
Yeah, so Viv is just making sure she gives Niels the best rack possible.
Rack number 8, Niels Feijen to break, leading 4 racks to 3.
And there you heard her say Niels to break, leading 4 racks to 3. Been breaking very well. More of a power break with Niels, straight down the middle. And controls the cue ball, and I think the 1 ball he's going to have a shot on this, so it is missable though.
It's not the easiest 1 ball that you want, but solid break though, good control. But it's so funny too, because on the screen there's so many shots that look doable, and then on the table we know it's very often it's not, or it's such a extreme angle, or you have to be careful with the speed. I mean,
yeah, I fully agree, and I think that is the good thing with having a player in the com box, because I think, I told you there was going to be drama, didn't I? What did I tell you? He just overcut. Yeah, I was just saying, I think that's the beauty of having a player in the com box, not just because it's me and I'm being biased, but I think in years gone by where we've had, well, people who think they can play pool, I think they just think everything's an easy shot, and I think that was an example. That was a lot thinner.
That's what it looked like here on the screen, absolutely.
Than what the TV told
and you
us.
had to control the speed too in order to play position for the 2. So yeah, that was definitely not easy.
Yeah, and what about the table? Because Niels, I was speaking to Niels one of the days, and he said, oh yeah, the table's very responsive. It's very fast and very bouncy off the rail. So when the table is like that, certain shots you become a bit scared, right?
Exactly. You tend to not like fully stroke it, like you get a bit short within your stroke, and and that's never good. So, but we all have to play on the same table, so we all have to adjust to these conditions.
Yeah, 100%.
So, but definitely a great chance for Albin here. Right now, good position for the 2. Rest is, well, I don't want to call it standard, but like an open table. So important will be the position from the 6 to the 7.
Yeah, it's getting very interesting. Yasmin seems to think that Albin does know what he needs to do. So if he does, he's going to be feeling very edgy. In some ways, if he thinks he's out, that might be a good thing or not. Is he the type of guy that wants to know?
To be honest, I think Albin looks at it and makes sure he knows basically what's going on. I can't say if he knows now all the exact numbers, but I'm sure he definitely looked at it. So.
Yeah, that was a good shot. You can often overspin that ball and fire it into the far jaw. I think he's okay here.
I think more angle than he wanted, but still okay. Probably thinking of going around.
Yeah,
come back down.
Well, this is a prime example of what we've just been saying. It kind of like looks not straight in, but just roll it in. But
yeah, and you don't want to roll it in that, you know, complete like so soft that if you get a back contact or something, you're gonna be very angry. So you'd rather go around.
What is the speed like? The speed looks perfect.
Perfect.
Absolutely perfect. That could easily have gone wrong. He could have stopped around the middle of the table or come a bit low, but he'll be more than happy with where the cue balls landed there. So this 9 ball, Yasmin, it's 4-4.
What a thrilling match this is. Wow, this.
So he gives him the fist pump.
Both matches came down to just one rack, heel, both matches.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And it's this simple. Albin Ouschan, you win the rack, you're through. If you lose it, it's over, buddy.
And it's Albin's break. So this is gonna get interesting. And because you asked, but I, for example, I'm not the one who always looks at the group standings and, you know, counts all the points and stuff. I basically think, you know, go to the table and win it. Don't even think too much about how many racks. I don't know. I look at it, but
that doesn't surprise me because you like.
I'm like, go full, you know, 100%.
You look angry at the table. I don't want you know, if I was playing you, I'd go, hey, Yasmin, okay?
Yeah, it's just.
You play a little bit like Niels, you know, like that type of stride around the table, very focused. And okay, so if he does win this rack, he moves up into 3rd. And David Alcade moves down to 4th, so he will play Chris Mellin. I presume that's right. It's been a long week. The main thing is Albin Ouschan is breaking in the 9th, and the balls are disappearing. Has he got a shot? He has got a shot, but how do you get on the 2, Yasmin? Talk your brother through it.
Oh, this is yeah, he made the 1 ball, so, but luckily the 2 ball got kicked again, so he has a shot, but look where the 3 is.
Well,
I mean,
if you shout loud enough, he might hear you, because they're not that far away. They're about 30 metres, so you'd have to scream at the top of your voice. Because I don't know how he's going to get down here. I need another look.
well, I'm not so sure if he can draw it, like draw it into the left rail from here now, and we're looking. I'm not.
Extension pole.
He's good at this type of shot. Can he draw it in and miss the 4?
Miss the 4 and come back down. English.
Yeah, he's very good at this shot.
What? But tough one to start with.
Yeah, very tough. But he's blessed with a lot of cue power. He gets through the cue ball as good as anybody on
and
tour.
he has to go over, play over the 3 ball. That doesn't make it much easier. But like you said, he has the skills. I mean, just smooth pocket speed
to like the centre diamond on the right of the table. So now he's got another tricky shot, unless he can just float this in and miss the 9. Or will he bump into the 9? Oh, it's a great shot. That
beautiful.
Is a phenomenal shot. He's got a chance here, Yasmin.
Jesus Christ, that was what a shot that was. The 2 ball, incredible at this stage, you know, and especially since, you know, the match was not all easy. You know, and then you have to play a shot like this with so much draw and English. That was But of course now we know, as players, it's done when it's done. You still have some.
Well, that is true.
Balls
Let's
to
not
play.
forget, he was 3-0 down as well in this match. And he will have known probably that Niukyo won, so he's got a lot of stuff going on in his brain. But the main thing is, he's at the table and he knows if he runs this rack, he's through to the semi-finals.
Okay, now you gotta do the talking because I'm getting nervous here.
Listen, you can go and sit in the arena if you want. I'll finish off. But listen, this is where the years of experience. Obviously, he's won a World 9-Ball Championships. He's, won World Cups of Pools with Mario He. He's played in many Mosconis. So he's got to put all that experience. He needs this to stop, though, Yasmin. He's left it a little bit funky.
I definitely wanted. I'm not so sure if he's completely straight.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it's the natural angle to draw it and he's going to scratch in the side, he's going to have either pinch the pocket or
create a little bit of an angle.
Yeah, he's down pretty quick, so he could be okay.
Oh wow. Okay, he had.
Well, he's played a phenomenal shot there to get round and leave himself like.
This is it.
Yeah.
Wow. This is the shot.
This is it. This 9-ball for a remarkable comeback. He was 4-2 down. He needed the last 3 racks to get to the semi-finals.
And
he's there. Yasmin Ouschan's jumping up and down. Albin, you have made it through to the semi-finals.
What a fight.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
What
this was
a
amazing.
final day group. Yes, he's through. Yasmin,
Yes,
you better go
you
and tell
are
him.
through.
He doesn't know.
Yes.
Wow.